How I survived my youth. Let's watch this one. I'm actually interested in knowing. This is gonna be probably a 1 hour video. But my react will be. Because just like Asmongold, I talk a lot.
How Asmon survived his youth. This video has 400.
It's originally a 50-minute video. Now is the question, do I watch the original or his reaction? Would actually be interesting to see his reaction, right, chat? And him clarifying stuff. It would be actually even more interesting.
1,000 views. Yeah, this is me. This is my first driver's license photo. I was 16 in this, and I think I was like 22 or 23 in this. Yeah, so this is like way back in the day. 3,000 years ago.
Every day for the past 4 or 5 years.
Oh God.
I've had to take painkillers every night to where I'm not in agonizing pain.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a bad time.
Yeah,
For
same.
me, my teeth. My existence is.
By the way, literally same. Last year I got my neck injury, and after it was finally properly diagnosed and I got on painkillers, I got really strong painkillers, and I was for months on. Basically, I was high for months. For months, to a point where where the lowest dose of the painkillers, which was a narcotica, bad, didn't work anymore at all. So we went to the next lowest thing, which was double the doses. Yeah, not good. Not good. You don't want things that basically are heroin in your blood all the time. That's bad. It's really bad. Horrendously bad.
A soulless,
Asmongold is a fascist.
degenerate.
Millionaire who has cockroaches crawling on him because he can't throw out his fast food garbage.
You know, I've got a story to tell you guys, and this
Oh,
story involves
man.
some bullshit.
I like kind of being the villain.
He is.
I once by living at home with my family, I had a 2-liter pack of iced tea in my room in the summer. And after I did sport, I think I was thirsty, so I grabbed it, opened it, drank out of it, and all of a sudden I had something fluffy in my mouth. I ran, spit it out, almost vomited. Turns out I had opened that thing before, about 1 day before or 2 days before, I don't know, and it got moldy. Oopsie. Yeah, that was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And since then I, make sure to not have things opened and being not in the fridge. I learned my lesson. Drinking moldy iced tea once made me learn the lesson. Aha.
It's like the intro. It's like this is like, oh yeah, how this guy ended up murdering 17 people.
Man.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I am an animal.
I am,
Jesus.
almost 30 now, and I play video games.
Almost 30 now? Oh shit.
all day. I live with my mom.
What are you most excited about?
People that like.
Oh God, bro.
I
I remember this. So this was the same time that I remember I was dancing around her with like a plastic axe, and I was bouncing it around her head, and I accidentally bonked her on the head. She got so fucking mad.
People that like hate me for living
I
the
can
way
see
that I
that.
do.
It's mainly the people that push themselves into a
Oh,
circular
yeah.
hole whenever they're a square peg.
Asmongold is in the final stage of becoming a roach.
Yeah, that guy.
Is that true? The metamorphosis is almost complete.
Triangle. I'm not like any.
Oh my god, bro, like this is just at Walmart being a retard. Just literally being a retard at Walmart.
Yeah,
of this other stuff. I'm myself.
Asmongold
but at least he didn't go and annoy people. At least that's a thing. I go down here. I think that's better.
makes millions of dollars
Yeah.
per year, yet he lives
It's a
the
lot.
same life
Good for him. Good for him.
in the same house where he once lived on food stamps while taking care of his mother.
Yeah?
I lived this exact same life whenever I was 21. Like, if you go
Yeah.
back and you watch videos of me from literally over 10 years ago, you're watching this. This is
Yeah, I was like 19 in this, maybe 20. Man.
Oh,
That is insane.
Yeah, I go back
the
here
same
again.
person. Yeah, that was my desk, by the way. I got this one last night. Yeah, it's the
I did.
same drink.
He's one of the most
By the way, I still furniture from when I was a teenager. I think teenager, yes. So the furniture here in my living slash bedroom is almost 20 years old. No. Almost 30. And by the way, it's starting to show. There was a lamp. Well, there is a lamp in the furniture over there. It doesn't work anymore. I have switched out the light bulb. It doesn't work. Yeah. And some drawers. One drawer over there broke. Where I have a bunch of cables from computer stuff in it. Yeah. It's when I move out here after I have become a multi-millionaire. I will not take anything with me except for all my tech and clothes and stuff. By the way, I still have clothes. I should still have clothes that I got when I was a teenager. So about almost 30 years ago. Yeah.
most watched streamers and in many ways the most unique personality to get as successful as he is. But being
That's probably true. There's a lot of... See, I think that's the reason why a lot of people are vexed by me. Is that I am a person who has done everything wrong. I didn't care about school. I don't care about other people's opinions. I don't care about how I look. I don't care about what other people think. I don't care about really anything. It's still gone well. And
I was the exact opposite. I always cared about what other people thought. Especially the girls. So I had nothing else to offer, so I did bodybuilding. And funny thing, what I found out over 10 years ago, I was told by a former classmate, a woman, that all the girls in my class, at some point, at some point, they all wanted me. They all wanted me. That's how good I looked. I mean, I had the full head of hair. I mean, I was literally just, your tall, blondish, blue-eyed German dude that does sport a lot. So, yeah, the girls wanted me. That girl and some classmates and a friend of her, they watched me doing sport with a binocular from their friend's apartment into the window, into my window where I was doing sport. And I caught them at least twice. I caught them at least twice. I looked over and waved, and they were hiding. Hey Sprite, I'm doing good now. I'm doing good now. We are at the fun react now, so I'm doing good. Yeah, I was so insecure, so shy. I had nothing else to offer than my looks. I had the looks, but the looks don't get you girlfriends. If you are too shy to talk to them, then you don't. If you don't go out the house, it doesn't matter if you're super handsome. You don't get the girls.
I think the reason and what happened is that the fact that that's the case, I think that a lot of people see that and it makes them mad because they did follow all the rules. They did do what they were supposed to do, and their situation isn't what they want it to be. That's the reason why. That's why they're mad.
Absolutely.
Being an outlier has been part of his identity since childhood.
As a kid, I always felt like I was very different from a lot of other people. People thought that I was a little bit off, a little bit weird. I've always had...
Oh my god, a kid being weird, a teenager being weird. Yes, that's normal. I was weird too. I was made fun of. Oh, great freeze frame for him. Maybe that gets into the thumbnail. I was making fun of because I was a gamer. I had a PC and my classmates made fun of me, basically in saying that I would, you know, do it with my computer. Oh my god. Oh my god.
A big problem with being able to like relate to other people.
Yeah, I think that growing up, I was just very used to just detaching myself from things and accepting things for how they are.
I live in Austin, Texas. I've lived here pretty much my whole life. I moved here when I was like 6 months old.
We didn't live in the projects, right?
Oh my god, bro. Like back in the dark ages.
The dark ages.
In the dark ages. That's my KFC shirt. I remember this real well.
KFC? Okay.
But we were one of the poorer families in a working class neighborhood.
Yeah.
His mom and I were separated.
Kind of the same here. We weren't absolutely not rich. We were lower class. As far as I know, we always, to a certain point, relied on government subsidy because my mother was only working part-time, getting paid a lot though, because she was working for the town, but we were getting subsidies because she wasn't making enough money for, you know, having an apartment this big. And the apartment was quite big. If I would get a house that's the size of our apartment back then, I would be happy, really happy, really happy. Because I like the size. No, it wasn't huge. The apartment was basically only big because it was designed to house 2 families after, you know, World War II. Because we had all the people coming from East Germany into West Germany, you know, fleeing communism. And on top of that, we still had people living in World War II bunkers because there weren't enough houses. So they built houses with apartments for 2 families. That's what was going on back then in Germany. And that's why our apartment was so big. But we always lived there. We were always the only family there. I have never seen more than one family living in those apartments. But then again, we lived there at the late point of, you know, when that was a thing. If it even was a thing at that point anymore. Which would have been in the 80s. So we had a big apartment. We had a bathroom, a restroom, a kitchen, 1 living room, 1 bedroom, and 2 rooms for the children. A balcony, 2 floors in the apartment. And yes, 2 floors. And a basement section. The basement section just for us. Plus a basement section where we could have had our washing machine, but we didn't. We had it upstairs until I was a teenager, when I remember correctly. And then there was a drying room in the basement where you know, you can hang up your laundry to dry, which was schedule-wise. There was a schedule, and there was a huge parking lot for 2 buildings. It was quite something. Living there was nice. It really was. Back then. Now, all the trees are gone, all the bushes are gone, the sand pits are gone. Everything that would have made it, you know, nice living there is gone. On top of how the houses are painted now, they're violet. It's so disgusting. And they painted we have a thing that we put on the houses so you save money for heating in the winter. And of course those things have to be replaced every 5 to 10 years due to, you know, pests and how is it called? Algae and moss that grows on it. After all the chemicals are washed out to prevent that. You know, contaminating the ground and the water. But yeah, it was really nice living there. In the 80s and 90s. Was really nice. Even, yes, 80s and 90s. In the 2000s, some things changed and it got worse. Like always.
For a while, and then we got divorced.
My parents are divorced, and I lived with my mom.
I grew up very poor.
Same. And it was not good.
Basically barely skated by most of the time.
My mom, you guys got to understand that, like, we would literally, my mom, she would have $20 in her wallet with no $20 on the horizon. She didn't have a job. There's no money coming in. I'm like, can we get Taco Bell? She's like, I don't know how much money I've got $20. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go.
You grew up as a lower class in the Philippines until you were 13, then you were able to move to Australia. Oh. Yeah. Now, would it have been better to stay in the Philippines or not? That would be an interesting question now, wouldn't it? Because I think the Philippines are kind of doing better than Australia right now. Probably not, yeah. I can guess that. Have I told you the story about the girl from the Philippines that was in my class? Tiny dark-skinned girl. Super hot. Super well educated. Smart. She was great.
That was it. Did not even think about it. Yeah, didn't you still have a home? No, things could have been worse for me, but yeah, we were very poor. Like, she made under poverty, like, every year, basically.
Yeah, Philippines are notoriously known for being short, yes. You are glad you are not? Nice. But you still might be short compared to me. I wasn't 5'11" before my back injury made me smaller.
That's why. That's how we got food stamps.
And primarily the reason for that, honestly, is because my dad. My dad always paid child support, etc. At least until I was 18.
When you were growing up poor, like, tell me about
what it was like
or
16 in this.
In Germany, you have to pay child support until the child is 25. isn't that something? Considering 25 people over, yes, 25, over 18 as children. You're 22, you have a job. Oh, where's my child support? Yeah. Nah.
Oh, it would suck, right? I mean, like, especially if everybody else had X or Y thing and I didn't have it.
This is whenever I was a little kid, by the way. Keep this in mind. Like, by the time that I was in high school, I loved going to school. I never skipped school. I never did. Because that's where all my friends were. But, like, elementary school and middle school, like, you know, there were some good times and some bad times, right? Is that you? I was 17 in this.
You know,
I hated school. I think I always hated school, but that's because of the experiences I had. So yeah, I hated it. I later started skipping classes. I remember one day I went to school at about 10 a.m. and maybe 90 minutes later I went home. I only went to school for art classes and then I left. That was in 10th grade. I think all the teachers, everyone had given up on me at that point. For very good reasons. I completely didn't care. Which came from my sister that told me that, yeah, 10th grade, first half you don't have to care. It's all repetition anyways, and it completely backfired. Should never have listened to my sister. For several reasons. One is that but I didn't know back then that, you know, she was an alcoholic. Do you do work nowadays or hobbies? I don't work because I'm handicapped. I'm fucked. Hobbies, well, actually, hobbies. Well, I love hiking, but I can't do it a lot because of streaming and editing. Because I want this to be my job, and I hope I get to that point. It's fundamentally just getting more viewers, which I do when I, you know, put out videos and stream. So yeah, that's what I do. Fundamentally, that's what I do. Personally, the thing is, I would have zero problems doing a job where I collect garbage. I did that, but my shoulders are so fucked that I had a claw thingy to pick up the garbage from the ground, and my shoulder would start to hurt, and really badly. Why? Inflammation, chronic inflammations. That's why I also can't work out anymore like I would like to. I literally went from being a bodybuilder to doing a little bit so I don't it's all the sport that I do these days is basically just physiotherapy. Man, I don't like that. I wish I could go back to the gym and be, you know, a buff dude again, but that's over. That's over. Sadly.
There would be many times whenever I wouldn't have something that it felt like everybody else would have, or I wouldn't be able to do something that everybody else could do, or I couldn't look forward to something that everybody else could look forward to.
Oh, this is whenever we would play Smash Brothers in class.
And it did feel bad to be like that one person that didn't have it.
This early challenge taught Zach.
That was, for me, this was about having a family. Because what I started to feel and think when I was a teenager, that I didn't have a family. That's how unloved I felt as a teenager. And it never stopped. So, for the longest time, since I was a teenager, my only wish always was to have a family. it was really bad. Really bad. It really fucked me up. You know, that belief that, you know, no one loves me. Not even my mother. I don't have a family. That was really hard.
A powerful truth that's going to become the core of his personality.
I cared a lot about wearing Nike. I cared a lot about wearing nice shoes.
You know, I really tried to you know, like, take myself seriously.
I remember my mom bought me a really expensive pair of shoes at Academy, and it was awesome. And
it was $100. It was a lot of money.
People would think I was cool, etc.
You know, I tried to have...
They did, by the way. It was a really great pair of shoes.
I never was like that. When I remember correctly, I never. I did had brand stuff, but I never really cared about it. As far as I remember. I might misremember. That's completely possible because it's so long ago. But I don't really care. Even today, I don't care about brand stuff. I care about quality. Now I do have brand stuff, but the brand stuff that I have, that it's like Fjallraven, and I didn't bought it because it's Fjallraven. I bought it because of quality. I have one pant and I think one sweater made of wool. Great stuff. Love it. Very expensive, but worth it in my eyes.
A good impression, do the right things, say the right things, wear the right things, be the right kind of person.
These types of things and the materialism
Me
of it,
and Lowell, this was our first day of school in 2005. Yeah, first day of school, 2005, grade 10.
Very appealing to me. It was very important to me. It was part of who I was as a person. I basically allowed...
Man. Those were the fucking days. With the Halo 2 t-shirt on. Yep, that's right. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I remember he would come over at 7 in the morning. Or 8 in the morning. Yeah, no, it was 7 in the morning. And we would play video games. We'd play Halo, and then our two other friends would come over, and we would be doing 4-player split-screen Halo at 7:30 in the morning. And then we would go to the bus stop at like 8:15. And I remember we would sing Baptist church hymns, but nobody knew any of the lyrics, so we would just add in Jesus every once in a while. And then we get on the bus and we listen to Kanye West, and we'd yell out the window at people at 8:30 in the morning, calling them the N-word and the F-word.
Nice.
And then sometimes we'd throw rocks at them, but usually that was on the way back home. Yep.
That was not nice. Nice.
And this was all before school.
And I basically allowed that to kind of be part of what I identified myself as. That was the case all through elementary school and also all through middle school. The real formative moment for me personally was in high school. At the very beginning, I went to a more upscale, a richer high school.
Much more superficial, much more...
I remember that.
Like a higher
Did not like this.
My dad wanted me to go there.
That the kids would drive the Hummers to school.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very obvious that these kids did not buy their cars from their McDonald's part-time job, okay?
I didn't really fit in there.
They were very brand conscious. They were very conscientious about what they would wear, how they would look, how they would appear.
People are very, very conscientious now about how they're perceived.
Yeah.
And I think that the internet has magnified this and made it worse.
Oh, yes.
I see people all the time who do things that they don't even want to do, but it's because they are worried about being seen a certain way or not being seen a certain way. They're totally controlled by the opinions of other people, and I think that to some degree everybody is, but to the degree that some people are, it's really unhealthy.
Here, and whenever I looked at those people, I thought it was so superficial and so worthless and so meaningless that it was just very off-putting and weird to me. I was also looking in a mirror, and I realized that those people were doing this same thing. I was just doing it to a lesser extent, and if I had as much money
Look at
as
all
they
those
did,
teeth. Oh my God. This was me in Austin at Taco Bell. Holy fucking shit. I remember this is whenever Cataclysm came out.
Oh.
Yep.
Cataclysm.
Fuck.
Oh.
The original teeth? Yeah, those are, that was version 1.
I'd be just like them.
And at that point, I realized that...
Looks like good, but give in, yeah.
Just a fucking retard. Just an absolute fucking retard. Am I doing a gang sign? Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Like them.
And at that point, I realized that I didn't really want to be like other people, and I had to develop, I guess, my own identity. Then I ended up getting transferred over, and I went to the school where my friends were.
Yeah.
Fucking quit!
Oh
it was
my
at an
God,
early
bro.
age that he began developing hyper-competitiveness and love for games.
He was always into video games.
Oh, God.
Computer nerds? Yeah, I was basically a computer nerd in a lot of ways, yeah.
When he could not stand up, we had a big ottoman. He would be leaning on that thing, playing.
I will never forget whenever my dad was like, you know what they used to call black people in the 60s? And Tectone is like, I don't know, the N-word? And my dad goes, no, worse than that.
Oh, that's good.
Who says this?
Someone that knows.
Marion.
Well, I would go and I would repair the computer to like different classes. It's really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Cameron, what just happened in the game?
Oh, God.
You know how mad he gets when he loses something or he fucks up on the games?
Eric, what just happened in the game? I lost. Wow.
You know what? You want to know something funny about Eric now? Is he's bald.
Same.
He's bald now.
Same.
Wow.
I'd be sitting at the table and I'd be
He says you're next.
That's
what he told me.
He starts getting all, and then he throws the controller down.
So who did you lose to?
Yeah, this is how obnoxious and annoying I was.
Yeah.
I was like, who won, who lost, and I wanted Eric to just say that I was the one that won.
And he throws himself on the floor. No.
I wanted a video camera whenever I was 11 years old.
I've been
So
making
obnoxious.
videos and doing videos.
I am so fucking obnoxious. It's insane.
And I've always been interested with like film and everything like that.
Yeah.
I've been making videos ever since I was 8 or 9 years old with
That's
my
about
friend's
right.
video camera.
That's Zach and Cody. Holy shit.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Cameron too. I see the top of his head. Yep.
With my friend's video camera. On Christmas 2001, I was 11. My dad got me a video camera for Christmas, and ever since then I've been making my own videos.
This was exactly when I hit her in the head with the battle axe.
Oh.
And this was right before the video where we went to Walmart. Yep.
Nah.
Because I was dancing around it with the axe, and then I lost hold of it, and it bonked her on the head. You can even hear it in the video.
What? Oh.
I was uploading videos to MySpace.
I've always loved the idea of making videos and sharing my life and sharing...
Yeah. It's been a long time, boys. It's been a long road.
Oh, yeah.
things that I think are funny with other people.
Like if I was born in like today's day and age, I would have unironically been 6 or 7 years old uploading content to YouTube.
In 2006.
I had my mom record that.
That would have been a bad thing. Don't allow your kids to do that.
Video.
Zach stepped into a world that would shape his life in ways he could never have imagined.
I started playing WoW in 2006 in July.
Yeah.
I bought the game, and I didn't ever even play it. I bought the game from this kid at school in my computer class. I take the game home and I put it on my bookshelf, and I just didn't really think about it for probably 3 or 4 months. My buddy had just come back from the summer because
This is actually not this guy. It was the other guy on the computer. It was, where's the image? I don't know if it shows it again. But yeah, it was Zach. Zach was the one that, it was, Lowell never got into WoW. We tried to get him to play it, he wouldn't play it.
I always wanted to play WoW. The moment I heard WoW would come out, would be a thing, I wanted to play it. But back then I didn't have an internet connection and, you know, all that stuff. And by the way, I'm about 10 years older than Asmon, so I was already in my 20s. And yeah, this... Well, I got into World of Warcraft about 1 year after it came out or something like that. And I remember in Ironforge I saw a warrior with tier 3. And I thought like, oh my god, that's so cool. I want that. Never got it, of course. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I was a world player too, so I had no idea.
Dad lives up the street, so he had just showed up, and we've been playing Halo and all that other stuff. And so we didn't really, we were kind of bored of playing Halo. Like, we would just get up and play Halo and then go back to bed. That's it. That's all we do. You saw that I had in my bookshelf, I had this this little box, and it was a World of Warcraft. The game's like, dude, you have World of Warcraft? I'm like, yeah, I have the game.
It was a smaller
like,
one, but yes.
It's the best fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, so the first thing I do is I go to YouTube, I look up World of Warcraft, and I see a video of this mage soloing a dragon, and I'm like...
It was a Fax Monkey video. I remember this very well.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I was like, oh, is this game any good? And I watched a video of it, of like a guy soloing a dragon. I said, this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
This is the most badass fucking game in the world.
Like a young...
I wanted it to play because of Warcraft 3. I loved Warcraft 3. Oh my god. I loved it so much. And today it's almost unplayable because of the limitations that the game had back then, and a lot of them on purpose.
Asmongold, I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser.
And you can see. Can you guys see why nobody was taking me seriously?
Same.
Can you see why that happened? Why was it? Why did everybody think I was retarded?
Because you were.
I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser. I would go to school. The teachers would treat me like a fucking idiot because I was a fucking idiot.
There you go.
It's not like, oh wow,
that's right.
You know, they're so mean to me. No, they're not mean to me. It's because I was a fucking idiot. You have your friends that are planning out, you know, I want to be
I don't
this.
I don't remember what this even is.
That. And they're talking about going to school and going to college. You have friends that have had girlfriends at that time, like 3 years. They're talking about actually, you know, being really
fighting with
serious
sticks in the backyard.
You know, things get more serious between the two of them.
Yep.
Life is progressing onward, and for me personally,
oh man,
I always felt like it wasn't really like it wasn't progressing for me.
You know, that kind of changed a little bit whenever I went into Burning Crusade.
It's your fault for acting stupid.
I just went along with life when I was a teenager. I didn't think about my future at all. For one reason, I never was encouraged to think about my future. That wasn't even a concept. Especially not for my mother. Stupid woman.
Never went to Steak and Shake, remember?
Sure, I remember.
Flash,
oh, there she is.
And fixation are the features that contribute to the addiction that millions cannot shake.
And everybody was there. We were getting there.
Yeah.
Waiting for the World of Warcraft expansion to come out.
I'm sorry for my girlfriend, because I'm just going to keep playing.
For an online game called World of Warcraft.
If I actually took the week off the launch of the game so I could sit there and play it all day and don't have to worry about working.
There's a new version that's about to erupt.
That's what happened for me too. Is that the next day after Burning Crusade came out, it was a snow day at school.
I didn't work back then, but I don't really remember because it's so long ago. I might have... No, it came out, I started to play, and I went back to school to get a higher degree, and then I wanted to study. Completely retarded. I would have never made it. I'm not intelligent. I wanted to study physics. I'm not intelligent enough for that.
And it legitimately made me believe in God. I was like, there's no way this happened on its own. There's no way.
On the scene.
And I come from Mexico just to get Burning Crusade.
Damn.
What?
And we went home and loaded it up.
Yeah.
She would be on that fucking game. This is all she did, by the way. Is she would just go and sit there and fucking buy and sell shit. She had so much money in the game, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Must be fun.
And then so the game comes out,
And it puts me on an even playing field for the first time in my life with anybody else.
You know, I became a successful player, and then a successful officer, and then a successful raid leader in my guild.
So Zach, what have you been trying to push the guild to do?
Wow. It's not, you know, how
What have I been trying to push the guild? You know what I was trying to push the guild to do in that video? Kill a bunch of critters for a guild achievement.
They are, how old they are, what credentials they have, or
That's
anything
what I was
like
doing.
that. The only thing that matters is the effort that I can put into game versus the effort that they can put into the game.
I went from having people like call me, you know, loser or whatever, to like complimenting me and like saying, you know, you've been working, you know, this is like, you know, your character's really great, you're doing a lot of DPS, you're a great leader, and so all this other stuff. And
for a young Asmongold,
that's what people go into when they don't have any achievements in real life. I know that because I was the same.
This acceptance meant the world.
I was just then...
Well, it's not even really the acceptance. I think that what it really was that, like, if you're a young guy, video games are one of the first places that you can get into where you're actually on an even playing field against people that have a structural advantage in real life.
100%.
And I think that's the reason why video games and, like, those types of games appeal so much to young men. Is that you can have a place where you can seek validation and have a victory in that game that is owned by you. And, you know, you're not, and like the fact is, like, obviously everybody knows, like, now that we're older, right, we know, like, you know, kids kind of have an advantage because they don't have anything else they have to do, right? But, like, whenever you're a kid, you don't really see it that way, and you feel like, okay, finally, like, we're on the same playing field and I'm succeeding. And I think that's why a lot of young guys get so addicted to games.
And now we have pay to win. The good old times.
No, like
it's not that deep. It is. It is.
To
It's
become
even
an
deeper.
upperclassman in high school, going from like a boy into a man. You know, and it was the first time that I was really.
That was a
stepping out
long
into
time
the
ago.
world and interacting with people that were older than me.
Damn,
And
bro, like my World of Warcraft. I remember we took this photo because the room was clean. Don't think that like the room was always clean. It was not.
My room was never clean. When I turned a teenager, then after that, it never was clean. There was dust everywhere because I did vacuum, but that was it. That was all of it. And my mother would clean the window once in a while. That's it. Yeah. My room was so bad, but not as bad as my brother. But my brother's room was so bad because he's autistic. It was really bad.
actually becoming part of the world at large, rather than just a small group of friends and then school. And I think that gave me a certain amount of self-esteem that you can't really get anywhere else.
His love for making videos and his passion for World of Warcraft.
This was so like, this is the way WoW used to be. Is that like right here, this was like 2 days after I killed the Lich King. And like Zach and all of his friends from Waco were down. Like, you know, these are like, you know, fucking 10 guys that like I've known for fucking like almost 20 years, 15, 20 years at this point. And they came down and they were like, so what was it like beating the Lich King? What was it like, bro? Tell us about it. What happened? And they were all over at my house, and this was in the morning, and I was just like, I don't fucking know, bro. We just killed him, right? Like, that's all it was.
For World of Warcraft merged in the next hobby he took on.
I made my YouTube channel right after I graduated from high school. Joined like that, August 29th, 2008.
I made this YouTube channel.
About that.
2008. I was 26. Oh boy.
Because I was going to go to school in the spring. I was ready to go to business school, and I had been accepted. And what happened is my mom got sick. I felt that I kind of had to stay home, and so I kind of was taking care of her and helping her.
Oh, jeez. This is a bad time.
What's up, y'all?
Actually, same. That's about the time my grandfather died, which really shocked me. Because I thought he was just fine, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't. He actually had a heart condition due to smoking for 20-something years. It was diagnosed, I think, in the early 80s. And he never told anyone. And he drove his car with it. which he shouldn't have, because he could have basically died any moment.
It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. I made this YouTube channel just because, as I said, I've always loved doing videos, and I've always loved. To
be fair, like in this, like there's a bit of a disconnect that didn't happen in 2008. It was in 2013, 2014, right? So like the 2008 YouTube channel was like just a personal one that I had made for myself.
Warcraft, obviously. And so I decided at that point that, I would take that time and I would really do what, a lot of people had been asking me to do. I just kind of wanted to make these videos and help people. And today we're going to be talking about something big. It's about how to get achievements.
All I did back then was make WoW guide videos. That was all I did. Today, I want to show you guys how to solo Mythic Blackhand to farm for the Ironhoof Destroyer. I would literally just Google
Remember, I would do giveaways for carries for those mounts.
Thing, and I'd be like, this guide sucks, I can do it better, and then I'd go up there and I'd do it better.
Today we're going to learn how to farm Borean leather.
At the same time this was happening, like a lot of my friends were obviously going through college, finishing college, having girlfriends, like moving in and everything, and I was worried about, number one, my mom dying, number two, being homeless.
At this point,
that wasn't a good time.
I pretty much had no money. My mom didn't have a job. I didn't have a job.
This was 2011 or 2012.
This was the time where I was pretty much, ironically, at the peak of my degeneracy.
Oh my god.
Same. I say that a lot, right? Same. Oh man.
By the way, the place where I fell through the ceiling was right here. So I basically fell where I fell where the Christmas tree was. Dual wielding? Oh yeah.
I was probably one of the highest rated warriors in WoW.
Exactly.
At the time.
Important.
Great,
very
but,
important.
Not necessarily in real life.
Totally important.
I went to the dentist and they did like a complete, I don't know, like a diagnosis or an exam on my mouth. And they said it would be $50,000 to get all my teeth and everything fixed.
If you look at my old videos, my old videos, you'd notice that when I smile, I cover my mouth when I smile.
And if I didn't do that, I would lose my teeth, and that'd be pretty much it.
Throughout the next 7 years.
I also have a teeth story. These here, the upper teeth, they're all fake. They're all fake. Man, life sucks. And the worst part is, my bad teeth are all my mother's fault. Why? Because she didn't care. She didn't care if you kids brush our teeth or not. I started brushing my teeth and showering regularly when I was 12. Guess what? That's too late for your teeth. I mean, I still have my natural teeth back here, right, and down here, and stumps up here, but they're covered. But yeah, this is not good. Make your children brush their teeth. One way to do it with them. Works like a charm.
I was not able to afford dental care, and I was not able to afford really any sort of medical care whatsoever.
I would have these toothaches that would get so bad that I would pass out from the pain.
Yeah. And you can see, by the way, like this is what I'm saying. Like, if you look at my face now versus then, that's why my face was so caved in then. It's because I didn't have any teeth. That was it.
A lot of my teeth fell out.
During this period, Zach tried a few jobs, but none lasted very long.
Worked at the IRS for a while, tried to work at Sam's Club.
Well, I never wanted a job. That was one of the reasons why I didn't have a job, is I didn't want one.
Exact opposite. I always wanted a job, but I was too mentally ill to hold a job. Literally, that's also partly why I failed job re-education. Because I was always pushing myself, pushing, and my mental was at a certain point just no, and then I basically collapsed. I always was pushing myself to a point. And the thing is, I was also doing things that I don't really wanted to do. That's bad. Now, if you have to do things you don't want to do because you're literally, you do it or you're dead, yeah, of course. Yeah. But that's also a thing. If you're in a situation like that, your mental works differently. My mental state was destroyed over my childhood and early adult years. And I mean that literally. So, yeah. And now I'm here trying to be a streamer and YouTuber. Let's hope this works out. Otherwise I don't know, yeah. I'm working at a facility for mentally handicapped people. Which I had to stop because of my neck injury. Man, I'm so fucked. Can you imagine how fucked you have to be if you can't work at the facility for handicapped people?
Like, all I really wanted to do was collect government welfare and jerk off and play video games. That was all.
I did that and I hated it. It was really having a toll on me, on my mental, of course, and that's one reason why I'm so fucked up.
All I wanted to do. There was never any sort of grand design. What do you want to be whenever you grow up? Nothing. Nothing. Then you.
A father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, and of course a husband. That's what I wanted to be. I never thought about career. Never really thought about it. And that's why I never got anything done. Sucks. It really sucks if you grow up in a household where no one cares about you. No one asks you questions about, you know, what do you want to do job-wise when you are an adult? I was never asked that. Never too late. Sadly, that's wrong. I might be completely too late here. Completely. But I also know if I had started YouTube 15 years ago, I wouldn't be the person I am right now. I would have most likely fallen for some weird shit. Because I was mentally not in a state where I am right now. I'm way more content with who I am. Like back in the day when I did bodybuilding and stuff like that, I did that mainly because I was insecure and I had nothing to offer to women than just looks. And I had the looks. I had the looks, but I was so insecure and shy on top and all that stuff. And of course, having no job, aka no money, women don't like that. So yeah, unlike women, we men have actually to offer something other than looks to get a partner.
Dad give you a lot of shit for that? He did. He did not like anything that I did. Like growing up, he was so, like the way that I looked at everything was the exact opposite way that he wanted me to look at it.
My mother never gave me actual shit. She never was on my side. For example, when I tell her I stream and do YouTube, she doesn't like that. It's very obvious that she doesn't like it. She doesn't take it seriously. But that's also the woman that didn't know that her job education would allow her to take over her boss's business. And she was offered to take it over. She was offered by her boss to take the store over. And she was like, I don't know if you have the education. She had, but she didn't know because my mother is not very smart. Which I find out every time I talk to her. For example, my mother, by the way, is 75. She just bought a new couch. She's 75, bought a new couch. The old couch, maybe 5 years old. Zero problems with that. But hey, a new couch. Just that cost about 2,000. She is literally not thinking about her future. She thinks, oh yeah, I'm retired, the government pays for me. At this point, she doesn't have enough money for her funeral. Which is bad. Really bad. Really, really bad. Because we, her children, also don't have enough money for her funeral.
Absolutely.
Didn't really go very well.
Exactly. That's me, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought that I would just have a shitty job, play video games for my whole life, and then die.
I was not motivated to go to school or to get a job. And let me fucking tell you something. After working at Sam's Club for one goddamn day, I put in more applications that night than I have put in the last fucking 3 years of my life.
The shitty job is actually a lot more shitty than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The first day I come home, and the first thing that I do...
The thing is, there are shitty jobs that are completely fine to do. Like, there is... I know... There is a job with our waste company here. You drive a little tiny truck around, and you empty the trash cans, the public trash cans in the parks and on playgrounds and stuff like that. That must be kind of a chill job, you know, just driving around, collecting the trash, emptying the trash cans. That would be 100% a job, you know, where you are, yeah, that's my job. I do my work and I go home, I play video games, yeah, who cares? I can do that job with my back and shoulders, mostly my back, because I can't drive for that long. I remember the last time I drove for an hour or a little bit over, I had massive back pain after that. Because of my bad back. I had 2 back injuries on my lower back. And now I have the one in my neck. Really bad. That's why I also don't stream 8 hours per day for 7 days a week. Well, that's mostly because I don't have an editor. If I had an editor, even now I would stream more days. About 5, maybe 6 sometimes. Not 7 because that's too much. But I would stream way more. But you know, there are limitations to everything in life that you have just to deal with it. You have to find a way around it. You have to find a way to live with it. Maybe go around it or avoid it or whatever, you know.
Is I look up enrollment for like the colleges, and before that I worked for the IRS.
Oh, I used to work at the
I love working at the IRS. I hated working at Sam's. That's why I quit.
So we would have to process documents, right, for like you know, tax purposes and everything. Before I started streaming, I was in business school. I already had 1 business degree, and I was getting another one to transfer over to
UT Law or maybe Baylor, depending on which one I would get accepted to.
And then I told my dad. My dad was very happy about this, right?
Then I decided to play World of Warcraft instead.
What's up, y'all? It's me, boy Asmongold, and today I've kind of got a little.
Well, I had originally. So the reason why I dropped out is that I was making $1,500 a month.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, I can make a living on $1,500 a month. Why would I need more than $1,500 a month?
Yeah.
So I just like, I mean, if I'm already making the money and I don't have the degree, what the hell do I need the degree for?
Yeah.
So I just dropped out of school. Yeah, I mean, that was it. Like, I said, okay, well, fuck. But it's that simple, right?
Announcement to make is that I'm going to start streaming.
And my dad, you know, like the whole law school thing? Like, yeah. Would you apply? I'm like, no, I'm gonna make.
It's so damning that we live in a society where we have to worry about having enough money for our own funeral. Well, that was always the case, but funerals back in the day were way cheaper. Way cheaper. Well, one reason for that is because the currency was different. And I don't mean the name of the currency system was different. For example, that we have to have so much money now, that we have to pay so much money for stuff. That's all inflation and taxes. All of it. In Germany, if you are a single person household, you pay 45% income taxes, and then here comes a really bad thing. Your healthcare is based on how much you earn, and at the moment it's officially almost 15%, but there's 5% on top because all those healthcare suppliers are in the red because they can't handle money. Mostly that's it. So 20% of your income, no, fundamentally 65% of your income is gone. It's gone. It's gone. That's why you have to make so much more money. It's all taxes. It doesn't have anything to do with, oh, all this capitalism doesn't want to pay us. No. It's the government that takes your money away. It's not the rich people, but the super rich people. They, yes, because they want to enslave you. But now we are in the territory of, conspiracy theory. But that's what the entire system is. With fiat currency and all these taxes. It's all designed to make people poor and keep them poor. Maybe if the society wasn't so keen on blowing each other up, it would be a lot nicer. Oh no, that's not a problem. The thing is, you only have a problem with, blowing each other up all the time if you have different cultures living together in one country. That's when you have a problem. But I haven't said that. I'm not a Nazi. But that's literally what's going on. Like in Germany. That's literally what's going on. One culture wants to eradicate the other one. And it's very obvious who's doing it. But I haven't said that.
Videos about World of Warcraft. Yeah.
And so I started streaming.
He was not a fan of that originally, at all.
Yeah, I can understand
whenever I was bored. Mm-hmm. I remember it was like my dad went on a vacation,
and I would usually have dinner with my dad, and then I basically had no responsibilities. I had nothing that I had to do.
And so a lot of days, whenever I would normally go over to his house, I would just, in fact, instead go and stream.
Put yourself in debt.
Listen, dude. The Asmongold struggle right at the very fucking beginning of streaming. That was a grind. That was a fucking grind.
I started streaming
I was uploading videos every single day.
Very seriously, on a very regular basis.
I pretty much stopped interacting with a lot of friends of mine because I focused pretty much just on streaming and on making this as much as possible.
Did you guys ever fight about this? All the time. Like, there was a lot of friction with me and my dad growing up. Like, if you want me to be honest, like, there's a tremendous amount of friction. Like, I would be so mad at him for a lot of things because, like, basically my dad, in some ways he would care about what I thought, but in other ways he wouldn't. Like, basically what he thought about things would always overrule what I thought about things. And so he would try to, like, growing up, he would definitely try to, like, put me into places that I didn't want to be in. And that's the reason why I'm so resolute. It's one of the reasons why I'm so resolute about, like pushing away from anybody who is pushy, right? Anybody, like, because he was a very pushy person. And, like, to me, like, if that happens to me, it's like a trigger for me, right? Like, if somebody tries to push me into something, I immediately am just, like, totally fucking out of it, right? Because
I'm the exact opposite. I was the exact opposite. I always did what my mother told me. Because I wanted her to love me. Not that worked. Because she didn't. She just used me. Man, unloading a lot of shit on you guys.
I hate being treated that way. I never liked it at all. And so yeah, it seemed like his stern dad. Yeah, he was very, very like he would be very harsh in a lot of cases, right? Sat down with my dad. Yeah, when you start accepting what you wanted to do. Well, I never really, and this is gonna maybe sound like odd, but I have never cared about my parents' approval about anything. Like, if my parents weren't happy with what I did, it didn't even register to me, because, like, the only thing, like, I didn't care about what anybody thought, right? I mean, because, like, I looked at it as, like, you know, this is my life. I mean, why would I, like, it didn't make sense to me that, like, you would even consider another person's feelings, right?
Yes, and that's why I think he's a psychopath. Psycho? Yep, psychopath. And I don't mean that in, oh, he goes out and kills a bunch of people. No, it's just psychopathy. Because that's how psychopaths are. They don't think about, you know, other people's feelings. He basically just described it. And a lot of people are psychopaths. That's not, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, being a psychopath. I mean, he never harmed someone, you know. There are way more people that aren't psychopaths that harm people than psychopaths that harm people. I absolutely believe that, yeah.
Why would you even think about what they're thinking or how they feel? It's your life, right? Like, that was always how, like, I would base my decisions off of. Surely he thought that would be best for you? Well, I mean, he obviously is going to try to help, right? I mean, and nobody's perfect, but, like, I'm just saying, like, that's what happened. When he started making big money in a month, I bet he accepted he was wrong. Well, I don't think he really was wrong. Like, he would support me in doing it, but, like, he at the same time, like, in school, like, he always wanted me to, like, he wanted me to do the things that you're supposed to do. And I didn't want to do those things.
My mother didn't care. She literally didn't care. No matter what grades I brought home, if it's an A or the worst possible, I think it's an F. No consequences for anything.
It was that simple. Yeah, it must be nice to not have intrusive parents. Well, no, he was extremely intrusive, like he was. And so, do you think if things weren't different, if it didn't work in the sense that you stopped doing something for self-sabotaging? Yeah, I'm sure I've self-sabotaged in certain things. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I did, yeah, massively. I mean, everyone sabotages to a certain degree. Others more than others. More than others, yeah. Some people more than others. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Asmon doesn't believe in the golden rule. Well, I do, but at the same time, like, my golden rule is that I live my life for myself.
Good,
like,
yeah.
I don't consider anybody else or anybody else's feelings whenever I make decisions for what I want to do. Period. I only think about what I want and how I feel.
I now do that because I have to. I can't consider other people and my choice of being a streamer and YouTuber. I can't. Because I either make it now or I'm done. I literally, that's the only choice I have. I either do this. Something where I can, you know, when I'm sick, I just stop streaming, lay down. Or if my back hurts, I stop streaming and go for a walk. I do stretches, whatever. Or when I'm editing videos. Oh, my back hurts too much. I go for a walk, do stretches. Something that you can't do if you have just some job. So this is the only thing that I can, what I think I can do that would work. So I have to be all in, and I am all in. I am.
That's it. And that's not, by the way, that's not a bad thing. Like, again, the people that don't like that are people that want to control you.
And I started doing that regularly, and it started doing really well.
I streamed every single night. I was very dedicated. I tried to make things as entertaining as possible.
Like, there's a lot of people who it takes them a long time for them to get popular, and I kind of did that work on YouTube.
Whenever I was doing YouTube, that was whenever I really had to grind.
This was New Year's.
Because I did YouTube a lot farther before streaming.
Streaming was
Whenever
easy.
I went onto Twitch, people kind of knew who I was because I had a couple of like semi-viral videos in like the WoW community at that time. And then I started like getting a lot more popular on Twitch, and things kind of just snowballed from there.
Asmongold is now...
I wish. I wish. But my shorts are doing quite well, to be fair.
Now one of the most watched streamers, and over time his content has expanded to political and social commentary.
That is the largest political commentator in North America right now.
Broadening his audience while occasionally drawing him into controversies.
Not on MSNBC.
Video game streamers, Asmongold, who said he's out there acting like he's guilty.
My mom.
About those Epstein files. Yeah, I remember that.
And for the past 10 years, I've taken care of her. I've been, in a way, a caretaker for her.
Oh, jeez.
She was 70 years old. She was overweight. She smoked. And she basically lived her life like a college freshman.
Alright. This is my mom.
Yep.
She's been playing for a long time. She's on Warcraft.
So I spent so much time with her and with only her.
Yep.
How do you think about this?
That's what got her, by the way, the fucking cigarettes.
Smoking for 50 years gives you something called COPD.
Since she was 16.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's playing on a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, she would roll her own cigarettes, and my dad would always criticize her because she said, you know, your mother could never roll a joint for shit, and nothing changed. Even in 50 years, she couldn't figure it out. And the thing is that he was right. He was completely fucking right. She couldn't. She could never figure it out after 50 years.
Man.
Do you think you're gonna go for server first, level 85?
She went for server last.
I think not.
Really?
And over the years, it's just gotten worse. That's the way the disease works.
What's holding you back?
My lack of skill.
She's honest.
Man. That was a long time ago. It's crazy how long that was.
Asmongold stands as a polarizing figure because he embodies a rare online authenticity. His words aren't crafted for approval, but spoken exactly as he sees them. It is this unfiltered...
Same, by the way, if for the ones who haven't been there, on my Twitch channel, if you want to watch my stream, you get a warning from Twitch because I'm using a lot of obscene language, apparently. I found that out with my second account yesterday. Funny.
That's the problem.
Honesty that allows people to see themselves in him, making his character deeply relatable despite the controversies around him.
It was a good video. Yeah, it was nice. Some of these, I forgot I even had some of these videos up on the internet. Like the one with asking her if she's going to get to like level 60 or level 85. Like, I forgot all about this. And I even forgot that I had her on camera, even on stream, talking about Burning Crusade release. I forgot a lot about this. Yeah. And the comments? What are the comments on this? Yeah, this video is some...
It was a good video. And his reaction made it even better. And now I'm sitting here, reacting to him, reacting to a video about him.
How many views? Holy shit. Yeah, I'll link you guys the video. I thought it was pretty nice. And your old videos have been hitting the YouTube algorithm like crazy. Well, that's probably not a good thing. Yeah, I'd say that's probably bad.
A lot of N-words.
Watching people talk about you today is weird and dystopian. I don't really ever think about it. Yeah, it's not really a thing to me. I never really gave a shit. I mean, it's... People would talk about me whenever I was younger too, because I would always do things that would get people to talk about me, and usually they weren't good. Like, I will say that. I mean, usually these were not the right decisions. Like, for example, I remember I was in a sociology class, and I said that we should use people that are disabled for medical testing, like guinea pigs. Oh. And that was the last time that I was included in conversations.
Wow.
That was about it. Like, that was the last time that they were like, well, what do you think? And I said what I thought, and they said, okay, well, anyway, let's get back to being normal. And that was it. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Well, no, it's just like, I mean, I don't know. That's just how I think. Yeah, I was like 17.
Yeah.
Were you wrong though? I mean, I think it's kind of wrong. I mean, you probably should do it to people that are bad rather than people that are disabled. I mean, like I've changed my opinion. Like, I don't think you should do it to people that are disabled. They didn't do anything wrong. You've got plenty of other, like, you know, rapists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to use anybody for medical testing, you should use them.
Yes.
Right? I mean, like, so it's just really a matter of priorities more than anything else. So, yeah. And what about bad disabled people? Well, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
And videos is why I like it.
There are plenty of bad disabled people.
You don't always agree with you, but, you know, you're being honest. Yeah. And video with Grant. Well, I have to go back and see it again. And gonna be honest, he looked quite good when he was younger. Not even joking. I don't know why I read that one. And he's really grown on me in the past few years. Yeah, I mean, I've simply just been. I don't know. I've just been myself, right? I do what I do, and that's it. I mean, fuck. I don't really think about it too much. There's an article protecting you from cruel, humane torture. Yeah, I guess so. And that's the problem, isn't it? You should watch Steven Crowder's video. He talks about you. They have it on the show. I'd have to go back and see it. I think I already saw that, though, but I'm not certain. But, yeah, you're in 2 music videos on YouTube. Yeah, I might look at it later on. But he didn't cover your PvP achievements. You beat Soda and Wreckful at 2400 rating. Yeah, I did, actually. I remember that. Yeah, that was in Wrath of the Lich King. I think it was. Leaving Legacy for kids. I don't have any kids or anything like that. No.
Not yet.
But, yeah, there it is. I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like for a long time this is kind of just what I've done, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, growing up, like, I was actually very happy. Like, things were great growing up. Like, obviously, like, it wasn't perfect, but, you know, in a general sense, it was actually quite enjoyable. I was quite happy about it.
I loved growing up in the 80s and 90s. Well, from the time I can remember things. It was nice.
So yeah, it is kind of weird for me to see that, man. It really is. Holy fucking shit. And yeah, there you go. You need to pass on. You need to pass on your legacy? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, like, I am a soulless degenerate animal. And so generally, you know, girls are not particularly interested in that. And I don't blame them, if you want me to be honest. I don't. I think it makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, there you go. Any advice for new content creators? Just be yourself, do what you want to do, and then try not to spend all your time on something that doesn't work. That's my advice, right? And, yeah, opposites attract. That's what I thought until it didn't work. So, yeah.
I'm being civil. I'm being called.
I wanted to stop this video. Yeah. Yeah, what I wanted to say something. I forgot. Because I clicked on a video, and now I forgot what I wanted to say. Great.